Hey everybody, welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies, and we're certainly spoiling you with the content recently. It's about 4 days or something stupid, but there you go. Anyway, today we've got a bit of a very special one today. It's Father's Day here in the UK, so my son and heir to all these movies you see all around you has come to visit me. We're going to go out, have some dinner in a bit. But as you saw with Mrs. Blu-Roy and her top 10 favourite films, which you guys enjoyed, number one is in on the act now. No, you're going to give us your top 10, aren't you?
I am. It's been a long time since I've spoken to a camera for YouTube. I used to do it back in the day with some gaming stuff and other nerdy bits and bobs. But yeah, my movie choice is a little bit... It's a bit random, this list, to be honest. There's no real rhyme or reason. I don't know, my biggest joys in life is not usually movies, but I have been brought up on some good movies. So
as I hope you would be.
Yes, so we'll get into it, and I'll show you my favourite movies.
Right, Nathan's got a couple of honourable mentions, so should we do them first?
So, growing up as a child, I would watch Monsters Inc. basically on repeat.
I knew it word by
Same
word.
as Toy Story. These two movies were basically my entire childhood, which I thought it was a good idea to have them as an honourable mention on the channel, to be honest.
Just to drive me up the wall. No wonder I don't like bloody cartoon. Sorry, animation now. that always winds up the cartoon. Sorry, animation fans. Right, yes, that's your two honourable mentions.
Indeed.
Right. Now, I've put them in order. I don't know whether your list was in order.
It was somewhat ordered, yes. Yeah. So, starting off the list, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, this is quite a recent watch for me. Me and Katie, my girlfriend, as most of you are aware, if you're big fans of the channel, you'll know a little bit about me and Katie. We've recently watched all three of them, basically, and it's just such a fun movie, and I've never really been into superheroes or Marvel, but got really hooked on it. Awesome, just good fun. And yeah, the third one especially was quite heavy hitting, actually, with Rocket's backstory.
Did it make you cry?
No. I can't cry.
You can't cry.
I'm incapable of it.
I've not seen the third. I do like the first one, and I don't think the second one for me was particularly as good as the first one. I've not seen the third one yet, so you recommend that I should give that a go?
Yes, it is better than the second one. Maybe even better than the first one.
Yeah.
It was very good. It made Katie cry.
It made Katie cry.
And it was like the third or fourth time she watched it. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to pick up a copy of that then and give it a go.
It's very good.
MCU on a whole, I don't mind them. The Guardians wouldn't be my favourites. I think, push comes to shove, I'd say the first Captain America film, his backstory, that would be my favourite.
I've never really watched any superhero films, apart from when I used to be obsessed with Spider-Man growing up.
You did,
which is another one that...
You had your Spider-Man pyjamas, didn't you?
I did. Yes.
Your duvet cover.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. So that's Guardians of the Galaxy.
That was number 10.
Number 10.
Right, number 9, Nathan.
Number 9. This is a box set of Star Wars, but I'm going for Episode 3 specifically. Again, growing up, this was my favourite Star Wars movie, Episode 3. I think, looking back on it, I don't know if Episode 4 is my favourite, but Episode 3 was the go-to Star Wars kind of growing up, and I absolutely loved it. I had the Episode 3 Star Wars game on PS2. I also had all the Lego Star Wars on PS2.
You did, didn't you?
And it's just brilliant. Episode 3, I think you've got... It's the best of the prequels, to be honest. Episode 1 was really good as well. I really liked Darth Maul in it. Episode 2 obviously is terrible. And Episode 3 is just incredible. Just the scenes on the... my Star Wars knowledge isn't what it once used to be. But Episode 3, at the end, when they're fighting on the lava-y planet, and it was just incredible.
Now, I like it. As the prequels as a whole, I think they're very underrated. But for me, putting them above the original trilogy, I think you're smoking crack, son.
Well,
But there you go, Sean.
that's just a generational difference.
It's your list, not mine. It's a stupiditous difference.
You raised me, so
I did.
it's kind of
But that was the time they were out, weren't they?
yes. Any bad opinions that I give isn't my fault. It's completely his because he raised me. So
No, everybody on the channel knows that my opinions are brilliant, so they're not going to swallow that.
Yeah, sure.
So that was number 9.
Number 9. Number 8, Silence of the Lambs. You don't really have any. There's not really much that you can say about this film that hasn't already been said, in my opinion. It is just classic, creepy, just awesome, really solid kind of creepy horror movie. I don't know what else I can really say about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. Anthony Hopkins is just incredible. One of the all-time villains of films. Not a big Jodie Foster fan myself, but she's quite good in that. Been quite a few years since I saw it myself, so I must actually sit down and watch it again. Maybe once when you're over, we could have a rewatch of that, wouldn't it?
Indeed. Very good one.
Have you seen any of the others of the trilogy?
I think I actually did watch them all, but the only one that actually stuck with me was the first one. And obviously there's Hannibal as a series and stuff now as well.
Never seen that.
And it just looks a bit naff. But yeah. I'd say the first one is the one, obviously.
Oh, without a doubt.
But the other ones didn't stick.
So that was number 8?
8, yes.
Oh, I'm loving the number 7.
Number 7, Parasite. Oh, almost had it out slipcover. This was an awesome movie. I've only seen it once, and it was with you quite a while ago. Probably
about a year ago, I should think.
Yeah, I think it's about a year ago, and it's just an awesome movie. I went into it not knowing anything about it, which I think is the best way to experience a movie like this. It was just awesome. It wasn't what I was expecting, but that was a good thing. And I don't know, it just such a beautiful picture, amazing scenes, and just incredible story. And obviously, you've got to watch it with the subtitles on because
you wouldn't bloody understand it.
Well, yeah, but if it's dubbed, which I don't know if it is, I don't know if it is dubbed.
I thought you meant with just the Korean language.
I'm not well versed in Korean, I'm afraid.
They make a nice dog sandwich.
Oh dear, you're going to get cancelled.
They do eat dog though.
Yes. I know they do, but you're going to get yourself cancelled on YouTube.
Sorry,
you can't say things nowadays.
Sorry, YouTube. I apologise.
That's all right. But yes, don't watch. I've picked up a good tip from Dad over the years, and to always watch it with subtitles in the original language because dubbed is usually horrible.
Oh, without doubt. If you go on Netflix and start watching a foreign film, quite often they just automatically dub it. Always change the settings.
Yeah. So
and yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. Parasite, and I think maybe getting to more Korean films would be my advice. Try Old Boy. Old Boy is brilliant. I'd say that's right up there with Parasite.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So what number is this?
That's number 6, I believe.
Yes. So number 6 is The Gentleman. Obviously a Guy Ritchie film. I have watched most of the Guy Ritchie films, and it probably a bit of an unpopular opinion. This is my favourite one out of them. I'm not sure if it's the best, but it's my favourite. Obviously being a Guy Ritchie film, all the stories are kind of intertwined with each other with the different characters. But it was really good to see quite a modern day take on a Guy Ritchie film, and some of the scenes are awesome. Like when I forgot all the names of the characters, but when he's in the chip shop and you've got the kind of pretend thugs trying to be hard, and then you've got kind of the boxing gang leader kind of putting them in their place. It was awesome. It's just such a great film. Obviously, Hugh Grant is awesome in this as well. He's plays his part bloody brilliantly.
You're getting into Hugh
Hilarious.
Grant, aren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. What did I recently watch?
Heretic.
Watched that the other night. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was brilliant, and Dad hasn't seen it yet. And
Yeah,
I've
it's another one I need to see.
told him he needs to watch it. So yeah,
Brilliant.
gentleman.
I mean, for me, not Rich's best. Snatch and Lock, Stock, I do prefer that, but very solid choice. And again, maybe a generational thing. I could see why you'd pick that ahead of them two. Yeah, good, very, very solid choice. This is shaping up to be a good top 10.
Yes. So for my next pick, basically ignore The World's End because I think that's the weakest of the kind of. Is that considered Cornetto trilogy?
Yeah, that is the Cornetto trilogy.
That is the Cornetto trilogy. Yeah. I didn't really like World's End, and I loved Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, so I'm putting them two together as my pick for, what is it, number 5?
Number 5. There's a bit of a cheat, isn't it?
Yeah, if you wait till you get to number 2, that's basically 3 or 4 films in one. But it's just classic comedy. I really tried to think long and hard about which one I preferred, Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz, but they're both so iconic, and I love comedy films, and these are possibly the best. Infinitely quotable and just incredible.
Yeah, I agree with everything you say there. Well, for me, they're all 3 great films. I really like The World's End as well. I think it's quite underrated.
I didn't like it.
Maybe one of the best trilogies ever on film. They go a long way to beat it, in my opinion.
Yeah, The World's End, it just dragged a bit, and it felt a bit samey, and I don't know.
I think personally it's a bit of a grower.
Is it?
Yeah, I like it.
I've only watched it once or twice, and obviously Pool is a bit of an honourable mention, but I didn't enjoy that as much as Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz. So
Shaun of the Dead's my best. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End, but very little between them. All 3 good films.
There you go. Number 4, Baby Driver. I have watched this film maybe 6 or 7 times now, and I just really enjoy it. Probably the way that I express my nerdyism, like you with your movies, is with music. I'm quite a music nerd. And I regret recently selling quite a lot of records because we've got the record player out again now, and we've got it all in the new house, and we've got a record wall and everything. And
yeah, Sam, I hope you're proud of yourself.
Cheers, Sam, for what did you buy? Arctic Monkeys and some other things, I think. Bless him. But yes, Baby Driver. I love cars as well, so it's kind of the perfect combination, and it's just such a fun film. It's like the heists, the driving, the stunts, the music, everything about it is awesome, and the ending as well tugs a bit on the heartstrings, and it's just really good. I can clearly tell that I'm not very good at explaining why these movies are good, apart from that I'm saying they're very good.
No, you're doing all right.
Take my word for it; it's a very good film.
Personally, yeah, it's an all right film. It wouldn't be anywhere near a top 10 of mine. Yeah, just an okay film for me, to be honest.
Very good film for me. Very good film. In third place.
Now we're going to have to break all the rules here.
Yeah, we can't talk about it, can we? So,
no, we'll have
second.
We'll have to. It's your video. We can break rules for your videos.
Fight Club. I first watched this movie not knowing anything about it, which I think really helped. I thought, because I've always heard of Fight Club, and I've always said, people have always said about it, and I always thought, it's just going to be like a boring like fighting movie or boxing movie or something of that description. But actually getting into it, and the kind of the way they filmed it, and I love all the little bits they do. Like at the start when it's showing his apartment, and it kind of goes from like his apartment into like an IKEA catalogue or something, and the cinematography for that was amazing, and it's just such a cool story. And you kind of, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but you kind of get it at some point. But it was on the first watch that I kind of had an inkling that was what was going on with it, the kind of secret and stuff. But it's an awesome film, and it's a bit of a social commentary as well, and it just hits really well. And the ending scene I've discussed with Sam a few times, about when kind of the city's blowing up or whatever, and Where Is My Mind by the Pixies is playing. It's just a perfect ending to the film, and it's just so good. I've recently watched it again with Katie. Katie was her first time watching this, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. So I think it speaks for itself. Fight Club.
Brilliant. Yeah, well described. Echo everything you say. You're possibly outshining me there with the film descriptions. Yeah, very well done. I do like Fight Club. I think my favourite Fincher film, probably Seven. You've seen Seven, haven't you?
Yes, me and Katie tried to watch it the other day, but we put it on as soon as we started eating dinner, and it was not a good idea because there was a very obviously the first kill I think is gluttony, and he's face first obviously in some food or beans or something, and his guts are all hanging out. I decided. Katie was like, "Yeah, we can carry on," but no, we watched.
That's all you need with your beans on toast.
Yes, so we watched the Mario movie instead, and
that's a bit of a polar opposite.
That didn't put me off my food as much as Seven.
No.
But it's been a long time since I've watched it, and it is on our watch list. So
maybe Gone Girl as well if you haven't seen that.
Yes, that is one I need to watch as well. But if it's anything like Fight Club and the way that they've done that, and I like stuff that breaks the fourth wall. To be honest, that you might. I don't know if any of the other ones do.
Yes, we're talking to you, viewer.
Yes.
That was a bad joke.
That was good. Yeah, just awesome. Awesome stuff. Getting on to number 2.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, I wanted to include a lot more Tarantino films on this because me and Dad we've gone through most of them now over the last couple of years, and all of them have been pretty magnificent. So, the issue I had when I was trying to compile this list was that every film on the top 10 almost was probably going to be a Tarantino film, or at least half of them. So I thought I would pick my favourite, which is Pulp Fiction. It's kind of a cliche choice, but it's just so good. It's awesome. It's just iconic. There's so many just awesome films, awesome moments in the film. I don't know how else to describe it. Obviously, some other favourites from Tarantino. I love Reservoir Dogs. I think that's really cool, and I really like Inglourious Basterds. Inglourious and this was a very difficult decision because Inglourious was so good, and I enjoyed that so much. But I have seen myself go back to Pulp Fiction a few times and rewatch it. I've probably watched it about 4 or 5 times now, and it's just so good.
Yeah, well described. For me, it's not a cliche choice. It's a top film for a reason, and Tarantino's a top director for a reason. It would possibly make my top 3, maybe number 4 Tarantino. Inglourious is my favourite. But if everybody made a ranking of Tarantino, everybody's would be different, I think. I think they appeal to different people in different ways. He's not made a bad film. Everything's been great. Yeah, so I could see why that'd be your favourite.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome movie. So, getting on to number 1. Now, if you are an avid Blu-Roy movies viewer, you may have heard Blu-Roy mention this before, but my favourite movie is Whiplash.
You can call me Dad.
Well, we've got to be official because we're in Blu-Roy Towers, haven't we?
The new wing.
Yes, we are in the new wing. My vacated wing that you've done interesting things with. Regardless, Whiplash is... I've got to describe this very well because I've been trying to get Katie to watch it. And she won't watch it because she's like, I don't like jazz. But it's so much more than a movie about jazz. It is a very kind of personal and just intense film. I didn't know you could make a movie about jazz this intense, but it's more tense than most horrors and thrillers in the way that the Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons interact, and it's incredible. The cinematography is beautiful. The way that they've managed to make a movie out of this, which, about a jazz drummer, it's incredible, and the songs are amazing. I literally listened to Caravan, which is the kind of main Whiplash tune, apart from obviously Whiplash itself. I've listened to that countless times, and it's incredible. J.K. Simmons is incredible in this.
He's a git, isn't he?
He is a git. But it leaves you at the end questioning everything and thinking, I've even forgot his character because it's been so long since I watched it. But is J.K. Simmons' character, was he the reason for Miles Teller's success? And I'm still unsure. The jury's still out on this, to be honest. It just makes you think.
That's a great film that makes you think that deeply, isn't it?
Yes. I like movies like that. Yeah. And there's a reason why, obviously I'm looking at the cover and it's got 3 BAFTA wins, 3 Oscar wins. There's a good reason for that. This movie is awesome. And I've seen a few films with Miles Teller in, but this I would say is hands down his best performance that I've seen. So, yeah, Whiplash.
Great choice. Love Damien Chazelle as a director. For me, he is maybe the most exciting filmmaker working today. 4 films, all of which I've loved. I really do like Whiplash. It's not my favourite of his. In fact, this isn't any slur at all on the film that I rank it 4th out of his 4th. I go Whiplash, First Man, the story of Neil Armstrong, which was brilliant. Babylon from, I was going to say last year, I think it was the year before now, absolutely fantastic. And La La Land, which you're not a fan of.
I didn't like La La Land.
I think it's absolutely sublime. But yeah, they're all, I'd say the first 2 4.5-star films, the next 2 5-star films. But yeah, great director. That's very good top 10 list, Nathan. I'm very impressed.
I'd say it varies a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's it. That's a bit of a look into Blu-Junior's top 10.
Blu-Junior.
So
I have to roll with that now.
You'll have to, you'll have to stick that, change all your social media names to
Blue Nathan.
Blue Nathan. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed making it with Nathan. It's been quite nice and actually quite a pleasant change just to let somebody else do all the work and me listen and just come in with the old witty comment now and again, which makes a change, doesn't it?
Who is going to be your next special guest is the question.
Well, I haven't done my own top 10. But
I think that's an impossible task for you to do a top 10.
I think after this, we maybe need to sit Mrs. Blu-Roy down so she can do hers again with people watching.
I don't know if Mum is the one for the camera.
If we could get 50 likes, maybe we could get her to do it.
Yeah, sure. 50 likes. Yes.
I'll quickly show you what Nathan's got me for Father's Day, shall I?
That is a good idea.
Because Nathan, he's got me a nice, lovely card. He's an IT guy. So, Father's Day, love from tech support.
Yes, that is me.
Just right. And a lot of you know that Nathan has moved to a different town and there's a CEX near to him. So, I was going through their inventory, because he asked me what I'd like for Father's Day, and he said he'd grab me a few things from CEX for Father's Day. So he's grabbed me very kindly 3 things, 3 films I haven't seen. Well, I've seen one a long time ago, but it'd be like a first time watch. The first one being a John Wayne Western, The War Wagon, and I love me John Wayne, Kirk Douglas as well, and this is one I haven't seen, so I'm looking forward to that one. Then he's grabbed me just this one. I heard somebody talking about it. I can't remember who it was now, so I apologise if it's you. Soul Survivor. Now, I love my World War II aviation films, and this looks like it's going to be right up my street. I presume it's going to be sort of like about a bomber crash and there's only one survivor of it, and it may be a survival tale, which sounds really good. And as well, to go with them two, if that wasn't enough, is Pick Me Up, the 4K of Double Jeopardy with Ashley Judd. Again, it's a film I have seen, but years and years ago, so it's going to be pretty much like a first time watch. So thanks very much, Nathan, for that. I really appreciate that. I don't know, you picked them out all by yourself.
I had a bit of help.
You did have a little bit of help.
Well, in the form of you telling me what you wanted, and also Katie helping me find the films.
Oh, that's good. Good teamwork.
Yes. Just as a side note as well, a little behind the scenes, the intro took about 20-30 minutes to get right. Amazingly, as a guitar player, I didn't have a guitar pick, so I improvised like Brian May, and I went from a 2p to a 5p, no, a 10p to a 5p to a 2p, and the 2p made it in the final cut. I was going to be there all day if I perfected it, so it is a bit sloppy, but I hope you enjoyed the little shake up on the intro.
Right, sound good to my untrained ear.
Well.
So thanks, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I've enjoyed myself, and I think Nathan's enjoyed himself.
I have, yeah. It's been good.
You'll be good. I'll be back midweek for some pickups. I've got quite a big pile of pickups going on there. So I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. You be good. Give us a thumbs up. Like and subscribe if you want to hear more of this twaddle. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Au revoir.